Court nullifies NDC registration. Guys, watch this video and see what happened next.
Good evening, everyone. This is Friday, June 26, 2026. It is a breaking news that the Federal High Court, sitting in Lokoja, Kogi State, has vacated its earlier judgment, which directed INEC to register the NDC as a political party. So, NDC had a problem before, a problem that was challenging their validity as a political party, ranging from the problem of logo, the logo that resembles another party's logo, and so on and so forth. So, INEC refused to register them. They had a challenge. And they approached the Federal High Court, sitting in Lokoja, Kogi State, which gave an order compelling INEC to register NDC as a political party. People just saw on the internet that another political party called PNP took INEC, NDC to court, and the case is still in the court. So this court, sitting in Lokoja, now make a U-turn. They are saying that, oh, we just listened to NDC and we mandated INEC, we compelled them to register the political party. I think it was a mistake. We're supposed to have listened to all the whole parties, including the PNP, before we bring out the judgment that compelled INEC to register the NDC. So, as it stands now, the court has ordered INEC to suspend the registration of NDC. You know what that means? They register the political party. So the political party will become nothing at this moment. But what is the way out? I am not a lawyer, but I'm just passing the news and talking about the reality we have seen before, what we have seen now, and what may likely come ahead. By the way, this is the article that describes what just happened. It reads that, breaking news, the Federal High Court sitting in Lokoja has vacated its earlier judgment, which directed INEC to register the NDC as a political party. What is the name of the judge? Justice Asa Dashen. Now, Justice Asa Dashen, the presiding judge, heard that the earlier judgment was constitutionally defective as it was delivered without hearing from all interested parties. The ruling follows an application filed by the Peace Movement Party, PNP, where it argued that NDC's registration was based on a logo it had previously submitted to INEC before the commencement of the suit. Does that make sense? Like, is that enough ground to deregister one of the top opposition political party? But you are going to find out the reason why the NDC will begin to face serious challenge from today henceforth. Now, consequently, the court ordered that the substantive suit should begin afresh with INEC, the PNP, and the NDC as parties to the case. Justice Dashen further ruled that the status quo be restored to what it was before the December 2025 judgment, pending the determination of substantive suit. Counsel to the applicant, Chikezie Eke Ocha, told journalists that the PNP approached the court after discovering that NDC's registration was based on a logo it had previously submitted to INEC before the commencement of the suit. According to Eke Ocha, the court agreed that the applicant's rights had been affected and consequently vacated the earlier judgment, which directed the registration of NDC as a political party. Now, the issue here is this. Normally, INEC will go and appeal this judgment. Remember that there is another judgment of ADC, nullifying ADC as a political party. People who were in NDC, they were clapping. Hey, I saw all of them, including Mama P. them. They were clapping that court nullifies NDC as a political party. Court ordered the registration. They were clapping. Now, this is NDC, your own political party. Court has ordered it. You know, sometimes I used to advise people, this is the same thing with what is happening to everybody about insecurity. Insecurity will be happening in one place, killing will be happening. Other people will be clapping, not good for them. Not good for them. Definitely it is coming for your turn. Definitely it is coming for your turn. So when ADC was deregistered, people said P2B was smart to have moved out of ADC. Well, that could be translated as smartness, but the problem is that NDC was not the problem. He was running from Labour Party. Labour Party was not the problem. The problem is that the APC administration, who imported terrorists to remove Jonathan, have resolved to a new tactics of dismantling the opposition. That is, they register them, make sure that they will not be on the ballot. Let it be problem. The problem that will make sure that the threat they are having in the next election will not be on the ballot. If you don't understand what I'm saying, this issue started in Rivers State under Wike's administration. When Wike was governor of Rivers State, APC, Buhari was the president then. APC, in most of the election, was not on the ballot. Wike sponsored people to go and scatter the party. And they didn't put them in the ballot. History is repeating itself. And Wike could be the chief mastermind, the chief person masterminding these court issues. The guy understands law very well. He's a lawyer. But the law that he understands is a law to witch hunt your enemies. So this has been happening in Nigeria before. Definitely, INEC appealed the ADC own. INEC will also appeal the NDC own. The Court of Appeal vacated the judgment, and ask them to recognize the ADC, the Court of Appeal may likely do the same. But there is another factor, another issue that you are going to see. You may not like what I want to say now. You see, the Northerners already have a candidate, which is Atiku Abubakar. And they have about 40% power to control judiciary. And Wike and Tinubu them have about 60%. You may not understand what I'm saying. Maybe that was why it was quick to, strike back at the appeal court. So who knows whether this NDC annulment as a political party will follow suit? Who knows whether appeal court will just do something about it? By the way, I am not too much interested in this their shenanigan. I understand that so many people are desperate for power. Both the, ADC, both Tinubu himself. Tinubu is desperate. Because if you are not desperate, you will not be doing everything possible for you to get back power. Yes, Tinubu is also desperate. But where will all this thing end up? It will end up destabilizing a destabilized nation more and more. The issue here is this again. After this whole fight, after everything, the political regime change won't still be the hope of the people. ADC will not change Nigeria, NDC will not change Nigeria, APC will not change Nigeria. Yeah. If someone like P2B becomes president, he may put forth good fights economically and security-wise. But will he really succeed? If he's going to succeed, the success would have started by now. Nigeria knows their problem. These politicians, they know what is actually the problem. The problem is not political regime change. We are afraid to say the truth. We are afraid to call our problem what it is. We have a problem of ideology and sociocultural value. It is Islamization. It is Sharia. Yeah. And this problem is not going to stop. You and I know that. So if you become a president, you will stop them from practicing Sharia. You and I know that nobody can do that. And as far as Sharia is being practiced in Nigeria, Boko Haram, the terrorists, bandits, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, all of them, they will be terrorizing Nigeria. They have their mission, their focal point, to overthrow Nigeria, turn Nigeria into an Islamic state which should be governed by Sharia. That is their mission statement. But international bodies are fueling this. Then they are also using Nigerian resources to sponsor this. That is why you see, wherever you see gold, people will think that it is only the gold that is attracting these terrorists. It is true. People use terror, destabilize the nation because of resources. It is true. But is that all? No. Because they are countries that don't have mineral resources. Islamization is still going on. So are you going to say it is because of mineral? A country that don't have mineral? It is a global issue. Just Denmark yesterday. It's a Europe country. Denmark. They banned Muslim call for prayer. You must have seen it, right? Because of the fear of Islamization. If this Islamization is coming to different countries with conviction, there will be a problem. Like, there will not be problem at all. They'll go on. But it is coming with Sharia. It is coming with them saying they have a mandate to kill people who do not believe them. All these terrorists, you see, they go from mosque to mosque. They call for prayer. They preach to people. They do all sort of things. The reason why people are not reacting is because they love what these people are doing. So, register or deregister political party is not the solution. The solution is this. The people who want to practice call Sharia all through. I'm sorry to disappoint you. And the disappointment is coming because you don't understand Nigeria and you don't know where it is going. They have to give them what they want. It doesn't sound good. These terrorists, they have to give them what they want because your governors, people in Aso Rock are supporting them. They want what they want to come to happen to Nigeria. Like, they want this Islamization to happen in Nigeria. So, if you continue to pretend you want to fight them, you will lose. Anybody fighting these people will lose. The only place you will not lose is your territory. Not fighting them to eradicate them in their territory. Not fighting them to stop them in Bolo. Bolo used to put them in the budget. They used to put them in the budget. There is fire on the mountain. Anyway, it is what it is.